Yeah, that was a really cool photo. And
Uh,
honestly, I've seen that photo before because
mm,
I can go up there.
mm,
He's shown that stuff to me, but that one might have been taken quite a while ago. I'm not sure. Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, and he comes into my shop every once in a while with questions about a guitar that he has. He's
Hang on.
he's
Let me
he's
mute
gonna
my
bring
other
one in.
stream.
What's that?
I just got to mute the stream. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have mine
No,
going.
it just started going live. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have some music playing in the background.
Hmm.
I think you can hear that. Um, yeah, he's a really cool guy, and he plays keys at the open jam, and
Yeah.
he'll go in and he plays keyboards and he plays guitar too. He comes in, he goes there with a young lady who sings,
Okay.
and they do some stuff together. It's pretty cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah. He's a really nice guy.
Looks like a big teddy bear like Richard.
What's that?
Looks like a big teddy bear like Richard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't. I've only played. I've only yeah, twin man, totally twins. I haven't. I think I've only ever played with him once there. It was probably a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting jam. I don't remember what it seemed like. We just made something up on the spot. You
Yep.
know, tried to swing it. It was it's probably A minor, F, C major, G,
Yeah.
something like that. Or a classic rock type riff.
Hmm.
But he's a really cool dude.
See
Uh,
if we can get a few more people around here.
yeah, and I want to welcome anybody who might have come into the live stream. Thanks for being here. It's kind of fun. Uh, I just happen to play in a live cover band, and we don't play big shows. We don't play at casinos. We don't play in Reno or Las Vegas or Los Angeles or Nashville. We play small pubs and bars. And when I say small, some of the capacities are, 100 people, you know, pretty good sized places. But then a lot of the places we play, you put 50, 60 people in there and it's pretty fucking crowded.
Yeah, it feels like 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I just thought I'd bring up the subject and hopefully folks might, if anybody cares to add any insight or advice
Hmm.
for a live band of what you like or dislike or whatever, and it doesn't all have to be negative.
Yeah.
What would
Don't
you?
be shy, folks. Say hello. Yeah.
What's that?
I said, don't be shy, folks. Say hello.
Yeah,
Yeah. See this?
yeah, and I haven't done a live stream for a long time, so
Hmm.
maybe nobody see it.
So, what do you
Uh,
got coming up?
oh man, we got a lot. We got a lot going right now. We just got really busy. Let me turn that music off.
Mm.
We just got really busy this last weekend. A lot of shows got booked.
Yeah.
But let's see. June 7th, we're playing at the T Post in Walla Walla,
Hmm.
Washington. And then June 31st, we're playing at OIT at their graduation ceremony. So
Hello,
that'll be
Kristen.
fun. That's a college. Our bass player is graduating from college, so that's going to be a
Okay.
fun gig. And then after that, we have a couple of gigs during the summer months. And so
Hello, Kristen.
Kristen, hello. Yeah, so no, again, the whole idea of this live stream was to ask folks or get some input and about playing in a live band, but also going and watching live bands and what you love and don't love about it, or what makes you fall in love with a band, even if they play music that you might not love, but the band's just so, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, and if I'll hopefully nothing negative.
Yeah, we can see the hand.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
uh,
see. So, I don't know. I don't know how much, with respect to you, Mark. I don't know how much live, like actual playing in front of a bar or whatever in a band. I don't think you've done a lot of that,
I've not.
and that's
I have not. I'm not played live. You know,
no,
as in the band.
yeah,
What I have done though is done all the front of house and back of house and everything. You know,
right,
engineering. You know,
yeah.
the sound guy. Yeah.
The sound guy, the engineer.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's cool that you've done that because you've watched a lot of bands play and you've watched bands that you're like, fucking hey, the show's over. Fuck. And then you've been like, are you guys done yet? I suppose I
Mm.
there's all different y-
Oh
there's
man,
diff-
I've mixed everything from like live theatre productions in quarry amphitheatres through
yeah,
to rock and roll stage shows. You know, it's
yeah,
yeah. So that and everything in between. So
yeah.
yeah, it's it's funny the as in watching live bands back in the day when I was doing all the live mixing for everybody. It was kind of hard to go and see live gigs
Yeah.
because you were always kind of watching what's going on and not just listening.
You can't focus on the band. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like the old, you know, when you're doing good when there's a guitarist in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
S-
Yep. Yep. That's cool. Yeah, I've done similar work for a lot of bands, similar to
Mm,
you. And
yep.
it's come in like phases,
Hmm.
where I've been running sound for a lot of bands, and then all of a sudden I don't do it for an extended period of time, and you know, it's, but I've definitely
And
seen.
I
Uh,
think Kristen's comment there, yeah, it's perfect.
Mr. Richard, hello. If I listen to music on YouTube or in person, I want to feel the emotions of their interpretation of the lyrics and beat.
You might
Yeah,
enjoy some
that's
of my channel, Kristen.
hello, Richard.
How are you, buddy? Still getting his mic set up.
Oh yeah, NDI webcam one Reaper. Kristen, that is a wonderful statement,
It
and
is. Yeah.
this is what I see in the on the for your waving hand. But yeah, that's a really cool thing to say.
Mm,
Yeah, YouTube or in person. Yeah,
mm.
feel the emotion. Yeah, that's a
It's. I mean, like
Feeling
I
emotion is a
haven't.
good thing.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't done live stuff, but I do record a lot. And my big thing is, if I don't feel it, I just don't do it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it's interesting. And Richard, we got a little bit of feedback from you. I don't know if you're hearing that too, Mark.
I am.
Just a little.
I'm fixing it. There's
Okay.
too many.
That's
There's too many buttons. Damn it! Too many buttons.
I taught you how to all that work.
Yes,
For...
the
All that
teacher.
work down the drain. Down the drain. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you sound great, man. Looking good.
Yeah,
How you
yeah. I
been?
forgot to turn off the external speakers, so it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
kind of feeding back in the mic, feeding back in the feeding back in the feeding back in the mic, feeding back in the. Oh,
Uh-huh.
That'll do it every time.
well, thanks
Nice.
for the invite.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. I
Yeah,
know that we've been talking a little bit about live music and getting, some ideas about either playing in a band or watching live bands, and we've all gone out and watched bands play. And I'm not talking about like Disturbed or Aerosmith or Van Halen or
Right. This is, the local fair, the
Yeah.
the band that showed up to play metal or bluegrass or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. And you're just checking them out, or they've gone to some small venue, the Roseland or something like that in Portland.
Yeah.
Although I've seen some bigger bands at places like that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and for me, just being in a band and playing live, we just play small events,
Mhm.
small pubs. We've played in tiny places, and we've played for county fairs. You know, um, and my situation, we run our own sound 99%, well, 95% of the time, I say.
Sure.
So all of that, the idea behind that um, is all of the work that goes into it, and trying to put on and produce a good show. We want to.
it's actually a really good place to start, though, man. You're building up a really nice following by the look of it.
Yeah, I think we've done pretty well. We just keep going at it. Oh, by the way, if either of you care to share this live stream on your own YouTube channel, I think you can. I'm not sure how, but
I think it's when you come in. There's just
Yeah,
before
it
the studio.
probably is, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
mostly here just to get into
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, my perspective in this is all just from as an observer for the most part, because I haven't been actively involved in anything regarding making music or singing like we're doing now until
Right.
now.
Yep.
So
Wow.
I'm completely new to that. The closest I came, like I told you, is I handled the sound for my little church group for a little while. And when they graduated to the 32 track big board, big boy stuff, I had to step out because it needed somebody that could run it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you want to try that on a 64 channel? Yeah.
That's all right. I'll pass. I was overwhelmed. I looked at that new board and went, I'm not your guy
Hi,
anymore.
Alan.
Hey, Al.
It's good to see you, man. Yeah, and you just saying that alone, the whole church praise and worship team band members,
Mhm.
that's another whole. It's not even necessarily a different world from a band that plays at a pub or at a county fair or whatever.
No,
I mean, it
the
still is a
dynamic might
live-
be a little bit different, but the goings
Yeah.
on day-to-day innards, no, basically.
You're there.
I
to
watched
make
that at rehearsals and
Rock and roll band in the church, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting how similar those two worlds are.
Mhm.
A pub band's there to make them drink.
Mhm.
A church band's there to make them drink.
Mhm.
Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
No, you are
Get 'em-
not.
get
Nope.
'em-
You are not wrong. That is 100% on point.
Mhm.
Just kind of diving in, and if anybody has any opinions or thoughts or anything, please feel free to share them in the chat. I can email you a link to I can post a link to the live stream if you'd like to join. There's not a ton of people here right now, but it's really, I think this is a cool subject and a fun subject, especially for me because I play in a band.
Yeah.
So, and I have, my involvement with that band is I do a lot. Absolutely right. Uh, yeah. So the hearing from people who may go out to watch live music, and I say live music, even karaoke.
Mhm,
You know, to, if you're doing karaoke at an environment or like a bar, pub, whatever,
mhm.
or even competitions, because there are
Oh yeah,
competitions.
there's some
You know,
pretty
There's
big
some hell
competitions
karaoke
out there.
competitions out
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
man,
yeah,
it gets serious. Yeah.
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 There's just as much beauty pageant drama there as there is anywhere. I can promise you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and with respect to that, from where I'm at, I don't get out to see karaoke very often. Um, and I don't even know. Of course, I live in a little teeny fucking town, so it's not like the opportunity is always there. There aren't 10 bars within a few
Right.
blocks that I
Mhm.
Kind
can
of.
go to. But there are a couple that do karaoke, and I've gone out and watched them, and it's fun. I mean,
Yeah,
I have a blast. The
Well, and that's the thing to remember about karaoke is it's for fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's people like
exactly.
me that I sing because I enjoy singing, and even people, uh, hang on with me for just a second
All
because it's
right.
gonna get a little rough. Even
Mhm,
people that can't sing a fucking note can enjoy
Yep.
singing,
Yep.
mhm.
and that's what karaoke is for. And I always love fucking with hecklers in that
Yeah.
situation because you're right. It is live music. It takes balls to stand up there, hold a microphone, get amplified, and whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, good or bad, getting it
And
thrown out there.
get
Yeah.
a microphone and do it badly.
It,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
That takes balls.
yeah.
And at some of the karaoke things that I've been to, that person that can't sing at all is the best fucking show of the entire night, man.
Yeah, because they're
It's
having the
just that
most
they're
fun.
having a
Yeah,
blast. They're
yeah,
having
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
you can see
Yeah.
the look on their face and the way that they're just going to town, and they know, oh, there ain't a note right in this. Oh,
Right.
just go
100%.
for it. That's so cool. Yeah, I've seen a lot more of that recently in some of the on some of the channels that you're uh, involved with, and in
Mm.
your own on your own live streams. And so karaoke's been kind of something that's been, like, I guess, re-brought to my attention.
For
Uh,
Mhm.
me, it's a well, I love to sing, and I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started doing it again. So it's
yeah,
therapy for me in many ways. But the biggest thing for me is with the singing and getting better. My hope is, and it's starting to happen, that people will approach me to do collaborations with them, and eventually be able to sing some live, not live, sorry, some original stuff.
yeah,
Somebody's original, that's it'll be a huge honor, but you know,
yeah,
it's something that I'm looking forward to, and so that's another aspect to it. You don't get that in the commercial karaoke that I ran in for, and did shows of for 10 years
yeah,
so much because really that's not the realm. It's just a bunch of drunk people singing rock songs and
Mhm.
crap. But
Yeah.
here online it's a little bit different. You can get some, I mean, you can't deny that we all know some extremely talented musicians, vocalists, producers, et cetera, within this. It's a whole different ball game here. There's so many directions that live can go.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the advent, with YouTube and these folks that might go to their local pub to do karaoke, they can do it in front of a pretty vast audience of
Yeah,
people.
worldwide in
And
some cases. You know,
Mm.
yeah,
And also
and
in a more personal sort of setting, you're feeling a little more comfortable because they're in the
oh
lounge
right.
yeah,
room
we're
rather
always
than
making the joke. Yeah, there's a reason you don't see us from the waist down.
yeah.
I got no pants. 'Cause
I'm not wearing
and
my
that's the
shorts.
beauty of it being able to do that. Now, I love live music and I love going to see live music
Yep.
and stuff, but there's not a lot of live music for me to go see in this area.
Mhm.
Sadly, I don't know. This part of Oregon is dry. At least for
It's-
the kind of stuff I want to go and see.
And it's a bit of a drive for you to go to the big city up there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to mean to go there, and
Yep.
Yeah. Sean Turley, hello. Sky's the
hey,
limit
Sean.
for live covers. Yes. If that's the Sean Turley that I know, dude, it's great to see you. I don't know. I have a buddy that literally lives here. You share the name. So if that's you, Sean, welcome, man. Are you, it begs the question, sky's the limit for live covers. Sean Lane, yeah. It begs the question: are you? Do you perform in a band? Do you play in a band, or And I'm if don't have to share if you don't want to. That's perfectly cool. But kind of sky's the limit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know, Sean Lane. Who is Sean Lane? Why don't I? That name is so familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google's your Huckleberry.
Who's Sean
You
Lane?
just go, hey Google, who's Sean Lane?
According to Wikipedia,
He's an
Sean
Australian
Lane is an
footballer.
Australian professional rugby league
Sean Lane guitar.
player.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's listen to a little bit of Sean's music. The song's called "Get You Back." I'll pull it up. And come on.
The version we do live is probably a little more hard rock in nature, but the album version has kind of a Stevie Winwood flavor to it, and hope you enjoy it.
Dude, this dude rips, man. He's super fast. This guy. It's too bad.
Wow.
Yeah. He was just like it seemed like he was just a brief little.
It's like before Satriani.
Yeah. Yep.
Talk about economy and motion.
Yeah, right there.
Look at that.
Yeah, but look at that right hand.
Wow. Wow.
Everything was impressive about that. The spread of his fingers, the timing of the clarity of the note, everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan.
Remarkable.
Hey, Mike. Good to see you, man.
Mike
And-
Shaner Music. Hello, my friend. Good
and
to see you out
Povo.
there, brother.
Welcome to my instructional video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, it's real funny because I've been writing this like a improvisation um, lesson, just text stuff of what to consider, and listening to that guy then about letting it breathe and
Sean
economy of
or
movement and just
Yeah.
everything that I've been writing about just got shown.
man. Yeah, I've watched that video right there that I just did a search for him and I've watched
Mm,
that a few times, man. I'm like, God, that
just sings.
I
Yeah.
need to practice.
I need to
Right.
practice.
I don't know if he ever sang Pole Vault, hello, and Mike Shanner, hello, man. Thanks for stopping in tonight. It's great to see you again. I don't see Mike very often, but I
Right.
don't go live, but I always look for his newest
Oh, I'm a
newest.
slut. I'm out there every day. Trust me. The Shaner sightings are rare. We're always glad when Shaner shows up.
Yeah, I got some files coming to you, Mikey. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Pole
did
vault,
some
that's a
covers.
great statement right
Yep,
there,
it
man.
is.
Doing covers and people don't know. Come on, did you guys play that? This is something that I've said to cover bands when I've been out watching them, and people have said to me when they were watching our band, but they're like, I like that better than the original. Yeah.
hmm
Like, okay. Uh, I could take a compliment. That's always nice to hear, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, that's what when I do covers on my channel, that it's always an interpretation.
Yeah.
I don't cover as a reproduction, but it's really a buzz when somebody says, "Hey, I never heard that before, and I don't think I need to go and listen to the original." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's
it's
always
yeah.
yeah, always a good feeling. And
Mm,
what's interesting for me playing in a band, as long as I've been in this, and I've been in the same band for a good, 2.5 years now, but
mm,
I've played in that band in the past. So I've been playing a lot of these songs for a long time. And it's interesting as being in a band, how you hear a song morph over time, and that's even new stuff that you're doing. Like we picked up a couple Maroon 5 songs like last summer. We added them to our set,
mhm.
and it's real interesting to hear those songs change a little bit. Um, you know, and because I'm playing them differently, or I'm using a different guitar sound, or I'm singing a backing vocal where I wasn't before. As things kind of evolve um, in the whole band.
Everything builds on everything, and regardless of how long you've been doing it or what you were doing. I noticed it myself with just picking up the guitar again and beginning to try and do some exercises again, that I play more with the amplifier now, and I'm looking more for tone, and I'm moving little dials and buttons and pushing this and changing that. I
Yep.
never used to do that. I got a sound that, okay, that's that, okay, guitar sound, let's go. Wow, I'm good to go. It's
Yep.
becoming different over time.
Yep. It's interesting how that goes, man. And you watch other people and you watch, you get to see these, especially now, you get to see these interviews with guys that they're, this is how I set my stuff up. And you start,
Once
Mhm.
this guy sort of got me on and sorted with Reaper and all the rest of it, yeah, it's a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yep. But it's
and
fun right now. The
oh
tone that I
yeah,
had, yeah, the tone
I
that I
wouldn't
have
do
tonight,
anything else.
right? You know,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's,
all this has to do with the whole live sanctioned deal, because it's all a part of your personal growth if you're involved in it, because it becomes more than you originally intended it to be. And it morphs. I'm starting to do video production and going out and doing B-roll and trying to have video clips to use in things like that, and learning how to use AI to manipulate a photo or or make me look like I painted me or whatever the case might be. I never did this stuff 2 years ago. I never even thought about it.
Right.
You know, it's yeah,
Mark-
it's
Mark has watched me go through down that exact same road. Only we both had a lot of time on our hands when we were. I mean,
Yeah,
we both had a
lockdown.
lot of time on our plate.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know,
some twiddling days.
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
It's
doing
funny
these-
because yeah, I mean, I was formally trained, came up through, but my stuff was all analog, and
Mm.
well, you kind of think, oh yeah, it's same deal, push sliders, faders, whatever, you understand it, and yeah, you do.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then I'm also, was a very senior IT professional that knows all this shit. And then you throw
Yeah.
me behind Reaper to start off with, and I'm going like, how do I get a fucking sound out of this thing? Yeah.
I can't hear my microphone. It's plugged in. I can see it on the wait.
Uh-huh.
Why am I not? Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm.
And we do this similar stuff. We have all that learning experience. In the band that I play in, we still almost every single show have to learn something
Mm.
or solve a
Solve a
problem that
problem,
was
yeah.
not there last time. And it's like,
Right.
and literally, I'm going to just share this quick story. We got our PAs wired up. I wired everything, line checked everything. It all sounded great. We started playing backing tracks or just played some, house music through the PA system. And we walked over and the left speaker wasn't on. It was powered on and the cables were hooked up to it and no sound was coming out of it. And we're like, fuck. And then we got to play in 15 minutes, right? So it wasn't like the end of the world. And yes, we always have extra speakers with us. And guess what? One of those extra speakers we had with us saved our asses because the speaker was broken. It broke it wouldn't put
Yeah.
out any sound. So
Busted a
you know,
coil, yeah, okay.
so there's, something that we had to fix right now and made it work, and nobody got their panties in a wad. Nobody freaked out. Scott figured that out and he was like, what do you think we should do? Let's just grab another speaker and try that. And we took the cable and plugged it into a monitor that we knew was hot and the sound came out of it. It was like, that is a problem with the speaker. We just
Yeah, you
proved
can't
it right
predict
there.
when stuff like that's going to happen, regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blow a voice coil easy, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just playing house music, so it wasn't like what we were doing up there was people were having dinner and drinking these very fine bottles of wine in these
Mhm.
places, and
Mhm.
people were kind of coming in, and we weren't there, we kept our low profile, but it's just like learning to run Reaper or learning to use the video editing software. I mean, stuff happens and you gotta oh man, how can we solve this? How can we make
Yeah.
this?
I had
That-
something happen in Reaper just recently, and it just I just kept going through pieces looking for what I had done wrong, and I don't remember what it was now. But when I found it, it was simple, and I undid it or changed it, whatever the case was, and it was fine. But I remember time a couple years ago, even a year ago, I would have called you and said, "Oh shit, man,
Dude, what do I
you
do?"
got to help me,"
Yeah.
But so yeah, and I'm not like actively studying this every day. That's just from casually going through, setting up my thing, and this becoming more of a hobby that I do daily. So,
I reckon one of the things that set me up from the beginning of coming out of school and going into the workforce was the amount of work that I did with live performance and the number of times that you get thrown into a situation where there's something going wrong and you got to fix it. You don't get no second try. It's got to be done. It's got to be done there now and fixed. And you kind of take that mindset when I went out of the audio industry and into IT and all the rest of it. Just took it into whatever jobs I was
Same.
doing. It was
Mhm.
do the right, get it right, make sure it's going to work. You know, you get it right the first time. Don't fuck around.
Yeah.
You don't get too many second chances. So, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, and if you do have a problem, you know, you don't. It doesn't matter if it's Reaper or a live show or a karaoke night. You've got to be able to fix the
Man,
Oh,
problem
yeah.
and
some of the
I've had mics
troubleshoot.
go down, sound systems go down, amps quit,
Yeah, yeah.
power surges. It's all, you know, and yeah, you have to fix it on right now.
some of the best gigs that I've ever done have been like a train wreck at the beginning of them. And thank God you've had a really good front man that's kind of, you know,
Mhm.
chat to the crowd and get stuff going while we're still fucking around with things and fixing things. And then turns out to be one of the best gigs that they've ever done, you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
because it's like everything that could go wrong went wrong
Did.
right at the beginning.
And, yep.
You got
Yeah.
that sorted, and the rest is up
Okay.
from there. Yeah.
Well, something with respect to, you know, not necessarily problem solving, but you know, and I don't know if you all have had an experience with this. Um, uh, let's see.
I
Let's
am
see
you
what's-
proved me wrong.
yeah,
Welcome.
interesting check, guys. Yeah, cool. Good for
Yeah,
you.
it's a journey, and I've just recently set up a green screen. I don't have it up right now, but I've just recently set up a green screen. Now I have to learn how to light the green screen to make it work right, because
Yeah,
I want it to look right. I want it to. I
Oh,
don't care
no.
if people know I'm using a green screen, but I don't want a halo of fuzzy things flying around my head. I want it to be literally a picture behind me, and then I'm placed in it, and that takes skill.
Whole
So I
new-
know exactly what he's talking about there.
yeah. Well, and with respect to the green screen you're talking about, and the subject of is like watching live bands play, and like we recently something that we did as a band, and it seemed like people responded to this in a good way, and that was we play a couple places that have a television monitor up
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
right where we play, and up till, you know, I think it was March 14th was our first show where I did this. I took the equipment that I needed in there to run a background video.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
nothing, it's just the band name kind of floating around in a screen and some just goof, you know, but it used something there that was utterly being off. It's just a big black spot on the wall,
Yep.
and turn it into
Mhm.
something interesting,
Mm.
you know.
It's not
And-
sports that is taking the focus away from what's going on. You know,
Right, exactly. People aren't looking at me fucking up on a guitar part, right?
Right.
No,
Right.
but it's
But-
not like the local football game or whatever.
Right, yeah, no.
You don't want that either. Yeah.
No, we always make sure that stuff's shut off. But I've been to Chroma Key.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
I'm using Chroma Key, and it's there's only so much it can do with the lighting I have.
Yeah, you
And
got to
I've
make
got-
sure
I've got
that screen
shadows
is
and-
flat
Oh
and
man,
evenly.
it's so
Soft
picky.
light
It's
switch.
getting better.
and
It's getting
backlight.
better. I was a floating ghost for a minute, a little transparent for the first few tries, but I figured out how to adjust it. It's
Yeah.
getting better. But yeah, Chroma Key is a
Video.
challenge.
But nice. You've got to like iron your green screen. It's got to
Mm.
be
Yeah.
flat, and then
Yeah.
backlight it.
Yep, I've got to
Backlight.
steam this one. It's too big for me to iron.
Mm.
It's 12 by 12, so
Yeah.
I'm going to get one of those little steamer things and just it's
Yeah.
hanging,
Yeah.
and then I'll
Yeah.
use that and go through it,
Heat
and then I'll
gun.
weight the bottom with some sandbags or something I've got laying around here,
Mhm.
just to hold it tight, and It'll be fine. But yeah, the wrinkle, you can see every square of every fold of every wrinkle. It literally shows everything. So the picture's showing great, and I've got me separated, but all that detracts from it. And so yeah, but it's a process, and yeah, I love
We're
it.
all learning, man.
Yes, I do.
We're all learning. Yeah.
I didn't
know we were
ever.
doing it.
I've used green. I've used green screen that was shot by other creators. That the video was sent to me with the green screen, and I inserted the video. You know,
Oh,
whatever
for the green
background
screen, for
was.
whatever the background is going to
Yeah.
be, right?
But
right.
their greens that when I've worked with it, the green screen was done really, really well, and I didn't. It wasn't like I had to. I went, you know, the whole chroma key, match the color, boom,
Yeah.
the video goes up, and you can almost not tell.
Yeah.
It's a green screen. It's like Rick Beato's channel and his amp wall. Yeah. That's not a fucking green screen, nor is mine back there.
I know.
It's also crystal clear, man. Backlit. and all that.
Yeah.
But that's cool stuff, man.
Stuff.
Yeah, and we, you know, with part of the point in bringing that where we're using a background, I made the video, I edited the video together, you know, and so that part of it, and I've done, Mark, and you and I, and even I don't know, Richard, you and I haven't really done. Well, we
haven't
did
done
make a
any
few-
video. We've made a few live shots and
Yeah.
and some things like that. So we've done some things together, but
Yeah.
we've not really done any, not real production stuff
No.
where you had to edit video or stitch anything together or cut and splice, that kind of thing.
Right.
That comes down to when I work with Marshall.
Well, and
Hey, Mark, how you doing today? Well, I got this thing. I'm gonna send you a file. Yeah, it's in your. Okay, just fix that for me. Thanks, sir.
yeah. I'm like, hey, Mark, can you remove the air conditioner over here?
Right, mine's going in the background right now. It's like,
Hang a curtain up over that, reshoot all your video.
Yeah.
No, and you know, for me, my videos, music videos, and even you know, it's all amateur hour ultimately. I mean, it is definitely. I haven't done anything that I'm like, God,
It's
damn,
actually-
that looks. You know,
It's actually funny that you mentioned that video because that was so funny because I actually shot two angles. So he had another file that had a whole heap of really good footage too from a different angle that didn't have any of the air conditioner in it.
I don't know if I got it,
but-
man. And
But the thing I was going to say though is that the way that the video and everything was put together,
you don't even know.
it doesn't look like amateur hour.
No.
It's in
That
my
was a-
lounge room, and with the track that it was. I mean,
that thing turned
worked.
out really nicely,
It
man. That was
worked.
a great.
that was one of-
And the guitar that I got to use on it. There's a whole lot that went into that song. That was pretty.
that was
pretty
one of
cool.
our best so far, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
which
too.
one was this one that we're talking about?
Watch Over You, Alter
Oh.
Bridge.
Yeah.
No, that was a fun one to make, and it was quick and easy. The
Mm,
hardest part was cutting out my parts where I was looking at the lyrics or something to figure out where I was in the song to play the thing right. But
the
know,
hardest part for me was singing it, man.
Yeah. But all of that, even all of that, I mean, I think for me, all of that type of experience helps me when I perform in a band live to
You get
interact.
to see
and
what
to-
you look like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you get to, you know, up close and personal, get to see what you look like.
Nice setup, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom H4. Yeah, cool.
Boy.
Let's read this.
Yeah.
Read that, Mark.
Use a Zoom H4 recorder for the sound. One Zoom is always set up audibly, and I try to get the other one hooked up to the board.
That sounds like
Any
a really
advice
good-
for Zoom recorders for a newbie? I haven't used Zooms. I need Ian Luckett.
Yeah, I was
Zoom.
gonna say that's one I'm not familiar with.
I've
They're
sold a lot of Zoom equipment, and they make a really great live
yeah.
stereo
That's
recording
I'm pretty
device.
sure that's what that H4 is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But they can
yeah.
also be used as an audio interface now, where they
Mm,
have 4 inputs, and I think HP42 did a video about that. He was like,
okay.
"Damn, this is what I'm going to use because you can record the room
Yeah.
mic, but then you got your 4 guitar microphone."
Wow, that
Um,
Mm,
sounds kind of fun.
they're
mm,
pretty
yeah.
diverse tools, man. I think you've got
This
a
is why I'm
great
not
tool.
familiar with this at all, so I'm gonna have to do a little looking.
Yeah, I think the biggest. I don't know how many. To do a live stream, if you need more than 4 audio inputs, you probably have extra people over.
Hmm.
I mean, people. More than 2 or 3 inputs is 2 or 3 or 4 inputs is a pretty good place for that. So if you have a Zoom device, and again, I wanted to try and focus on live shows and like cover bands and things like this. But if you're recording covers,
Yeah.
you're
That's
playing in a cover band, so
Hmm.
that's part of the picture.
Yeah.
But the Zoom devices they stepped up recently.
mm,
I don't own one, but I've used one to just use the stereo mic
mm.
thing, and this has been years ago because and I recorded an acoustic song, and
They're a lot like
just
those ones.
that's ultimately
That's a
that,
Tascam one, but
right?
it's the same.
Ultimately,
Zoom,
that's the same type of
that's
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
almost the
slick
exact
little
same.
deal. At least now I got a picture in my head of what this is because I
Yeah.
literally had no idea.
Well,
Well,
the
you just
H4 is a little different because it's got a camera on the top of it as well. You know.
Ah,
oh,
okay.
but they have the newer ones
Oh
have
my goodness,
multiple
Mr. Rock.
Wow.
Oh no, is this no H4? No, it's an audio recorder. Okay.
That's a neat Marshall stack, Mark.
You like it?
Welcome, Mr. Rock. It's great to see you,
Hey,
Oh
man.
Daniel.
yeah,
Yeah,
the great
long
opener.
time, man. Yeah.
I would love to pose this question to Mr. Rock. Are you playing in a live band, or do you perform live? I mean, I've seen you play. I don't even know how many
Yeah, your
songs.
talent is
Mike
not in
Shanner, the
question
same
here.
thing.
You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Do you though?
Yeah. Do you play in a live band, or because I don't know if I've seen video of any live
Mm-mm.
band stuff, but man, I hope you do, because they'd be a lucky group of dudes to have you playing guitar with them. And same for you, Mike, and Alan. This pisses me off he's not playing in a band.
Okay, the Zoom Q2N is the one with the camera also, and you got 2 of those.
Okay, on the Zoom.
You got a rig.
Well, you're set up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, there's not a lot
Yeah.
you can't do. You have some equipment to start with there.
Just a nice,
Yeah.
powerful workstation laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're using a laptop, that's difficult to stream with. You need to have 2 screens. It's really a good idea.
Yeah.
But
That's
you can
for-
do it on a laptop, but
Man, you can do it on a phone now.
yeah, you can
Seriously?
do it on a phone too.
Some of
I
the-
don't
of the
want to.
new
I don't
solutions.
want to. I can't hear you. La 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 la. Don't already know. Start on any more new tech.
Okay.
Right?
What,
Yeah,
you don't
and
want
I'm-
to know about the new Samsung stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're becoming more and more powerful. The software is getting there. I'm hoping they can get it so we can have one program that'll do a live stream and handle all the things in that one program that we need
Man.
it to. The person that comes up with
Mm.
that one, you're gonna be just sitting in Tahiti doing whatever the hell you want because
Oh, give me a half an hour or something.
Yeah.
Right.
But even me,
Mark's
I've
working
got
on a business prospect here.
my friend just gave me a computer, so now I'm gonna learn how to dual stream dual PC my streams, so I can have one that
Wow.
handles my all my audio and the other one handles the stream itself.
Easy.
And
Real easy, man.
so,
Very
yeah,
easy.
It's so that's the next step now, because it'll take both of these. I built both of these computers at the same time, and he just upgraded to a new one and said, "Do you want this one?" I said, "Sure." So I have two pretty even computers as far as their capabilities, and mine is just getting to its limit to be able to have, because I've got Reaper and OBS and Restream and 20 tabs on whatever I'm doing on Google, yada 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 yada. Um, and when I start doing live streaming and doing others, that it the computer's starting to say, hey, it's getting a little hard, you know. And so I heard about this, and so that's what I'm diving into. There's always a new tech thing
Yeah.
to find. This industry changes so fast. Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
and
Charlie. See you,
to
man.
go to take that into live music, you know, our band has recently upgraded to our entire mixing system and sound
Mhm.
to, I mean, we're still running the same old powered speakers that most people should probably do run, but our whole board, everything is digital.
Mm.
So I
Cool.
had to learn Reaper all over again, Richard.
It's-
I had
it's-
to do it. It wasn't that bad. It was very similar, but you know,
Yeah.
we're mixing everything digitally, and all the guys have their own. You know, it's just an interesting the way stuff.
Interesting there that you proved me wrong. Sid was about missing a laptop, but has got a Samsung Ultra 24.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, with the setup that he's got, you're going to be doing great live recordings.
Wow.
The phone can be really, really integrated into that if you want to live stream that,
Yeah.
because those new Samsungs
Mine's
set
an
up
S23, and it's just as capable. Fantastic phone. Fantastic.
set up
phone.
with the right Restream or StreamYard,
Mhm.
whatever you want to do. You can actually run your live stream from that phone very efficiently. And now with all of the, what do they call it, Samsungs to go or something, you get these little 15-inch monitor that you
Mhm.
plug in with the USB, and it's mirrored your phone on it. But you can also connect to your, if you've got a laptop, you can connect to your laptop and put everything on there.
It's crazy. It's crazy fast.
The technology
Hey,
is
Snooks. Yeah.
is pretty. You know, in this statement, Mr. Rock, sadly, AI will kill live music pretty soon, same as Napster killed music.
I don't agree. Yeah, I'm afraid.
That's a
Yeah.
tough one, because I think
Man, I mean,
I think there's I will never be tired of live music. I seek live music, and it's
Yeah.
summertime now. I'm looking forward to all the silly country college festivals they have around here, and car shows, and they have some, maybe Curtis Delgado, because he still does appearances around
Right.
here, comes and plays these shows,
go
and
watch.
it's fun. It's I like that small venue type, small fair, county fair, not state fair stuff. I don't care if Reba McEntire can sing.
Right. Hi, Snooks. Yeah, you know what? With I don't think I don't think it's, certainly not in my lifetime, will AI take over live music. That's that, and I'm not discounting that statement, because AI gives, it's just like YouTube or TikTok or Spotify or any of the other digital World Wide Web based shit that's out there. It gives people something else to fuck up going to a show and watching four guys
And
get up on
watching
stage
fours,
and have fun
Agreed.
and play music. And you get to sit there and watch them and sing along and drink some beer and chat with your buddies and walk outside and smoke some dope or whatever you do.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it gives people all it does, and when I think when people realize how much the technology it has, and I, I'm I'm guilty of this too. I stay home a lot more because I don't um, I don't necessarily need to go out
Mm,
because I can watch a YouTube or you know I've got a
mm.
live stream going right now that may be keeping
Same.
people home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
so you know, but I think AI is just another notch in that gun
Well, I
stock.
mean, I have different views on AI than a lot of my friends do, but because of the involvement in actually developing the stuff and all the rest of it, this was kind of my part of my
Right,
babies.
AI is
Back
you're
in
watching it.
my tech days, that was
Yeah.
what I was helping develop. But to Mr. Rock's comment, it's people are going nuts with it at the moment. It kind of came in and it's like chucked a whole heap of new toys at people that can do some pretty freaking amazing things very easily.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It does a lot of the same shit very easily for a lot of different people, and you get a lot of very, very similar results and sounding things if people are just using it, um, say Suno or whatever, and just typing in a sentence and go create, or give it a little bit of a genre and hit the create button, and they haven't done
Mhm.
anything apart from type one sentence.
Yeah.
Give something like that a full set of lyrics and start to develop it and all the rest of it. It's a really good tool actually to create
Used properly, I completely
a
agree.
demo that you can then go, hey guys, this is what I want to do. This is what I've chucked together. This is what it sounds like. Play the Marshall, play the guitar for me. Justin, put bass on it.
Yep.
So
That can't. That's
it's a
irreplaceable. AI
it's a
cannot. No.
no, but it's a really good um, mental blank um, writing tool used correctly.
Yep.
Used correctly. Don't let it control what you're doing. You gotta keep it in very tight rein. But
This
yeah,
so long as people are able, they will make music, and that's
definitely,
true. And I
definitely.
think you know, this statement also, you know, our brain these days can't comprehend. You know, I wouldn't, you know, and um, that's not an end all statement because there are still, I mean, I'm not dead, right? And
Mhm.
I grew up without cell phones. We all did.
Mhm.
I think everybody probably in this stream. I doubt there's a person in this stream that would give a fuck about what we're talking about. Live music, fuck, they wouldn't give a shit about that. If they can't watch it on their cell phone, they give a fuck.
Mm.
Maybe they've gone to see a big, huge fucking band like Disturbed or, you know, but I think, you know, there are still those of us who still love and appreciate what
Oh, there's nothing like
this,
being in the
Mhm.
crowd and
yeah,
just you feel it much as you hear it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you
Yeah.
know what it's like sitting in front of a couple of
man,
big W bins while some maniac is kicking a kick drum. It's
yeah.
yeah.
Well, and the uh, recently when I went to a guitar festival and I got to perform and I got to go watch because um, I took the extra day of my time and I went early and watched a bunch of music before we played. And then I played that night and then I stayed overnight and I went out the next night and watched all the bands play. And I stayed that night and then drove home the next day. It was 2 full days of nothing but either playing live music or watching live music, you know, and
Sounds like a
uh,
festival.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to do that kind of stuff. You know, and I think it's important for those of us, Mr. Rock and Alan, and you know, and Mark, Richard, who are, you know, we're we're still carrying the torch of live music in
Mhm.
that we record our own voice,
hmm
we play our own guitar, we might have to use a computer to program some drums, I guess,
hmm
and or we call our buddy in Boise, Idaho, or in New York or someplace to play a bass line, and we don't have to do it in the same city, not always, but you know when you record yourself, you're
Mhm.
that's still a live performance,
Yeah.
and I think and having said that, yes, there are tools out there that make terrible singers sound fucking great. I get that. You will never hear that from, I don't think, anybody on this
Yeah.
panel
That's
right
a
now. Where,
misuse of AI,
yeah, that's
in my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
None of us abuse dope either, or
Right.
or total fucking drunk, people. So
Mhm.
the respect is still there, and recording a live performance, and that's part of that's still a part of live music.
hmm
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Mark lives on literally the opposite side of the planet of Richard and I.
Yep.
And so we can't sit in a bar and play a couple songs together. But the moment that Mark and I get together, I mean, there's 10 songs we could play together probably without even practicing,
Oh yeah.
because we've
Mhm.
done it,
Yeah.
and so that part of it. But performing live, man, you're capturing a live performance. 5150, hello, man. I still have your patch hooked up. um I don't understand everything.
What's a
What is a
road creep?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What
awesome.
did you ask ChatGPT and it showed you a spinning mobile or something?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's too hilarious. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy to think of how much has changed, but how little I want things to end up being different. And by that I mean I still want people to create, and I'm going to be a devil's advocate here a little bit. Even people that are taking sound samples that are recorded by somebody else but put out for public use and putting those together and making music from that, or horror soundtracks, or whatever the case may be, that's still done live, and it still takes talent and it still takes skill to be able to layer all that together to make it sound like what you want it to sound like.
Man, it's
So
like
if it's used right, I am 100% in favor of AI and think it is a great thing to have.
it's like what a DJ's been doing for years. I mean, they haven't been
Scratch
using
records and
AI
things
for
like
it,
that. Yeah.
but yeah, yeah.
That's that. I'm arguing here that a scratching a record is analog AI.
Well, it's not analog AI; it's analog sampling.
You
Scratching a record.
You never know what it's gonna say though, because it's going backwards, Mark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It just stuff is incredible now, and I enjoy being able to be a part of this timeline and see the changes I'm seeing and be a part of the things in my little way that I am.
Mm.
You know, just participating in them and doing them is fun.
Yeah, we're in a different world, and it's there's a lot of opportunities
Mhm.
out there, but yeah, it's
Something that when you say that opportunities and to actually to be able to play in a live band as a musician like myself, and I, like, if Richard was approached by a band, said, "Hey, we want you to come be our front man," or Mark, either one of you guys
Either
got
one.
hit up,
Mm.
"Hey, we love your voice. Would sound great on our stuff." Man, the work that goes in to being able to pull that stuff off, um, you know, no, I know I keep taking the conversation back into live
No, that's
That's
fine.
what
That's
it's
what
for.
meant to be.
It all-
Yep.
and all of the details around what's being discussed is all part of it's. You can look at it and relate it to live performances so easily,
Mm.
whether it be video editing on a computer or learning to use Reaper. I mean,
Well, you know,
No.
to continue on the live stuff with technology, the thing that I'm kind of excited about is being able to set systems up where Marshall's playing at a venue that I can drop something in there and from the other side of the world can cast a live stream and have control over what you're seeing, what you're hearing,
yeah,
and the production of that set and stream it live to the world instead of 100 people in that pub. Yeah, it's
yeah,
and that's where the technology is kind of giving. It's kind of a. It's not a double-edged sword. It's an adjacent technology, so it works hand in hand. We can, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
We've-
Justin.
Jam Pro, hello, man.
Welcome, Jam Pro. Good to see you, brother.
We're all in the presence of some pretty badass mixing engineers. And when I say that, Alan Arnson, I know Mr. Rock and Jam Pro Sound, those dudes are pretty heavy hitters when it comes to mixing good sound. And then I got these two dudes that
I'm an amateur.
have taught me a lot. Believe it, yeah. So really cool. So I wanted to take a minute here and just kind of step away, but I also want to play a song that now this is not a shameless plug, but I want to play a live performance of the band Some People and let you all take a taste. Now, I know many of you may have already seen this, but I'd like you to take a look at this, and it's really simple. Just one shot with a cell phone pointed at the stage. But and this is a live show at a bar. That at this show there might have been 90 people, 80 people. You know, and if you watch the interaction between the members of the band, and you know, of course, you know, the guys in the front of the stage are not always looking at the drummer, and that poor guy gets, you know, but you get to see and feel the interaction between us, and aside from all of us knowing the arrangement, the song is improvised, but done respectfully to the men who wrote that song.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's what with live music and me playing in a band, that's my, I think one of my biggest concerns. Number one, sound good for the audience to listen to. Number two, play the songs respectfully, but be yourself.
Yep.
Put a little bit of your own, you know, stuff in it. So let me pull this up. I'm going to throw this down.
I love Justin's comment. Hello, my name is Justin, and Wave's just got some more of my money.
who got more of your money? What?
Waves. Justin's been buying plugins.
Oh, dude's been buying guitars.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Very nice guitars, by the way.
Yeah. I was looking at it last night. Yeah.
Pretty cool to get to see that happen and watch him mess around with those. All right, I'm gonna push play, and you can check this out. This is a song by was it Wham or George Michael?
I think it's
I don't remember.
George Michael.
Yeah, George Michael.
And this was recorded live off of our new mixing console. So this is the possibilities.
Yeah, it sounds
Capture
fucking amazing.
Pretty good sound. The guitar is too loud. I admit it.
Not very much.
Mr. Mizrahi. Welcome, Chris. Appreciate hearing that, man. Thank you. It's live music. That's what the people in the audience were hearing while we were playing this. This is what they heard. Stereo guitars and all. It's great to have the technology.
Yeah, it's amazing. See, that's all new to me, Marshall. That whole solo right there. Never heard you do that before.
They cut me loose once in a while, man. I love it. I was having a good night. That's enough.
Well, you were in it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Scott, if you watch Scott.
Yeah.
He looks over at me with a big old shit-eating grin on his face, like, the trash can't end this thing.
Hey,
Yeah, that
thank
worked.
you guys so much. We sure appreciate that.
Yeah. It's fun to be able to do that sort of stuff. Um, this should not be on. Oh, let me pause that. Sorry, you guys. Um, yeah, so there's a little bit of a taste of my live music experience, and it's when you listen to that, or watch it, whatever. Um, I'm hearing that when I'm playing that stuff, basically exactly as you're hearing it on the recording.
Mhm.
There's aside from turning a kick drum up a little bit to mix that for the video that you can see on YouTube, that's what the mix that the audience is hearing that watches our band play with this gear that we've got. That's what they hear, and I'm got the same pedal hooked up right here at my feet that I used at that show. So it's really fun to be able to have that experience, and then to get the response. And you can, for me, the fun part of it being able to watch myself perform like that. I can listen to something like that. I can and imagine myself sitting out in the audience like this, watching myself play that song, and I can watch the video and imagine myself sitting there in that room going, fuck. That's
Just
that's
Chris Thompson, super chat. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
that's
Appreciate
really
that.
cool.
oh, Chris,
Yeah.
dude.
You're getting tips, Marshall. So
Wow, I appreciate
we're
you
live performing.
doing that, man. Wow.
People
And
start.
yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you, just give you kind of an idea from my perspective where I'm coming from when it comes to a live show. And what do you like about watching a live band play? I mean, you just got to see our band playing, and that stage is I have literally that much room to move. But what are some things? I mean, some input from folks about Justin, or I'm sorry, Richard and Mark have both shared, things that they've seen and experienced when they watch live bands play. I'm curious what you guys like when you're out watching a band play, and a cover band, not Disturbed, not Aerosmith. If you
Right.
go to a local bar, maybe you
Just
don't.
your local
but-
bar band.
Yeah, because that's what we are. My band's a bar band. We don't play. And we have 3 full albums recorded and released, and none of us, I don't think any, they're good recordings. They sound good. The songs may not be the greatest song. We didn't hit a #1 hit or even get on the radio. How long did 2 people Bluetooth ear monitors?
It's called silent disco. Have you
Boy,
seen the
when they get
silent
rid of the
discos?
latency, yeah.
Have you seen the silent disco where everybody's got headphones?
Everybody's got headphones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
getting
just-
the full club, but
That
it's
would
all
be a
through headphones.
disconcerting experience if you were not part of the headphone wearing crowd.
Ah.
It could be. Yeah.
And I have looked into Bluetooth transmitters, but the problem with it is the latency is too
Yeah,
much.
the latency is still
you
not.
can't. I was like, bands, read the
If you
room,
can go
shut up.
wireless, it might. Yeah, good high-end wireless might get rid of most of that for you, and it's what you do with the big pro shows. Wireless rigs are completely different to.
Well, yeah, they're using 2.4 and 5 gigahertz for most of those. So
Yeah, but we're also using even when we're doing it back with the FM and all the rest of it,
Yeah.
we've gone across 25, 26 channels that we're flipping and changing microseconds.
Yeah.
And very, very, very good quality. But costs big bucks to get that kind of stuff with no latency. Yeah.
No latency. We have a really nice Wi-Fi router that we mix our sound with. I mean, every member of our band, our phones are all hooked up to it. And if we need to change our monitor mix, it's a matter of in between songs. I couldn't hear Marshall's guitar, and our drummer can just grab his phone and bump it. and during a
Everybody's
song, he
mix
can
is
leave his phone sitting
individual.
there and go, it's still not loud enough. And he can reach over and keep his hi-hat going and move it,
Mm.
you know? So that technology with Wi-Fi capable headphones
Mhm.
Works.
or a Wi-Fi capable phone that is hooked up to Bluetooth, I still, you're gonna, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like
I know
like
it's been done, but
Justin just said UHF is still the way to go. And
UHF.
it's spendy
Yeah.
though. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is.
YouTube Talk big channels. It took me a while to understand them. I never subscribed to them because I'd rather subscribe to the musician's official YouTube channel if possible.
Right. Yeah, I
That,
I understand that question because I wondered the same thing. Why don't I just if I'm using Disturbed because you like picking on them tonight. But if I'm a Disturbed fan, why do I want to subscribe to a topic channel rather than just go and subscribe to Disturbed's channel?
Man, I got a fucking topic channel.
Well, explain the difference to me then. Help me out.
I didn't make it. YouTube makes it.
Oh, is
They
that
grab
it?
all of your stuff and put it on a topic
No
channel.
shit.
Once
So
you
that's
get to
what
a
it
certain
is. That's
size,
that's AI created.
well, yeah, I suppose, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, see, learn something new today.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
topic channel is not my channel. It's
Yeah.
and it's not created by somebody else. It's created by the platform.
Got it.
It's kind of designed to push people to your channels, but yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. I'm glad you said genre.
how do you identify?
Huh. Genre, huh? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Canadian fishing. Yeah.
Oh, Canadian fishing musician. Hello, man. Good to
And what
see you.
Chris
Thanks
said-
for stopping in, man. It
And
was
what-
cool to get to watch you fish and catch a couple of trout, dude. I gotta say that was pretty cool. And I got to see your band play live. That was cool. Canadian fishing musician is a live player. He just released did a live stream of his band playing live, and it was really cool. So if you want to check that out, go definitely check his channel out. And I think anymore, especially on YouTube, if you see someone that you would like to subscribe to, and I'm just saying this because a lot of people may not know this, but if a link is posted in the chat, you can right click on it and open in a new tab. And you can go watch that and mute this channel and go check that out and see if you like something and maybe move on to that. Or if you see somebody making some cool comments that you think you dig, you can usually right click on their icon or their name, and you can open their web page
go to their
or their
webpage,
YouTube
yeah.
channel. So I'm new.
I actually have an extension installed in Chrome that's called Go to Page or Go to Channel,
Mm.
which actually
Oh, yeah,
then makes it so that in your chat on YouTube that is very easy.
Hey, Sparky.
Hey, Sparky.
Sparky's another guy. He's got a very new YouTube channel. He's starting to do some videos and sharing his insights on guitar repair. Now, I'm really glad you're here, and I hope that you're still here. But I have a question that I want to pose to you, and that is: have you ever played in a live band? I don't know if I've ever heard you play guitar, but Sparky's got some really wonderful information on his channel about guitar repairs, and he uses different tools anyway. But I'm curious if you've ever played in a live band. And I'm sorry, Sparky. And Charlie, I didn't say hello earlier, but it's great to see you, dude. Yeah, I'm curious, Sparky, if you have setting up the studio tomorrow. Oh boy. All right. I love to hear it. Good for you. Excellent.
And to Chris Thompson's comment down further, it's all about supporting your local bands.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mhm.
is, yeah, amen, brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, and you
But
know,
the thing how many times, Marshall, will you play that song the same way that we just heard it when you're out with the band? How many times will you
Never.
do that exact performance? I'd really like to know, because it's I like that performance, so I'd like to hear it again live.
All right.
Can you do that again live?
Well, we played it Friday night live, and I did it identically.
You know what I'm getting
It's
at.
impossible,
It
man.
is
I know
impossible.
I know the way Marshall plays, and yeah, he's going to
It is
sound great all the
impossible.
time, and
Oh,
it will be very similar,
Mm-hmm.
but
And it'll still sound
it's
epic, and it'll be
it
entertaining and
always
everything
going to
else.
be just that whatever you were feeling on the night.
Yeah.
yeah.
How far you bent it, how far you pushed the rod. I mean, it doesn't matter what the nuance is. It will
Yeah.
always change. I never sing the song the same way twice. The only time you'll hear me sing a song, any song, I don't care how well or badly I sing it, you will only hear me sing it that way that time. If you
You can ask
re-record
Marshall
me,
about
it'll be
my
different.
stuff.
Yeah.
When I've been sending vocal tracks to Marshall at different stages.
Just
Just get it together.
Hey, Robbie,
Beer.
welcome.
Welcome, brother. Sparky, thanks for sharing that, man. I appreciate you hearing that. I figured you had to have played, because as much knowledge as you have about I asked Sparky earlier if he played in a band, and he played when he was younger, and I'm so glad to hear that. You've had the experience of playing music with other dudes, a drummer and a bass player or a singer and all that, man, and there's nothing like it. Whether you're playing at a fucking bar or the Wembley Stadium, or at the county fair, man, there's
Mhm.
nothing like it. It's something that I truly love. BCG 5150, and I didn't ask you the same question. Let's see. Always in Philly, a band like Comp was a very weekend because the guitarist was amazing. Just drew me in. Check out my AI channel.
Become 20 years younger and become rich.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I'm going to live my life vicariously through myself.
Right.
Thank you.
Metallica doesn't get burned out on Enter Sandman. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every band gets sick of playing their songs. And I mean, yeah.
Hey, Camellia.
Happens,
Good to see you,
it
though.
happens.
Hey, Robbie.
Robbie, it's great to see you, man. I haven't seen you for a while. We haven't been hanging in the same place, it seems like. I used to see you all the time, but it's great to see you, and I appreciate you tuning in. Oh, which, because Robbie's here, I don't know if I got to show you guys this. I don't know how many of you have even seen this thing, but I have a new one. I got a new fucking guitar. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mark, I don't know. I don't think you've seen this. Did I send you pictures of it, Richard? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
Ah.
this is going to be a surprise for me too.
Okay, here we go. Here it is. This is my brand new guitar. And here's the deal. I'm so fat that I've already worn the paint off the back of this guitar.
This is the one you put together, isn't it?
And I dropped it a couple times.
I
was working on it on my bench, and I just kept dropping tools on this thing, and yep.
Oh, it sounds so terrible. Play it more.
Yeah,
I can't believe
it's
it sounds
awful.
so bad.
This thing is a turd. Robbie, I don't know,
That's
if you're
that's
into
proper relicking, man.
yeah. And I want to share this, it's just all, I wanted to do this all about live music, but we can talk a little bit of guitar tech shit too. to relic a guitar, to get like a solid painted guitar like this one, and I think this one was stolen and painted, and then I fucked it up even more. But I don't know. But like a scalpel, this would be a little wimpy, but like the tip of this scalpel, like this, you can take it and like just kind of drive the tip into the paint, and it'll chip a little bit, and it'll kind of make the paint chip away. So if you got a guitar that you're willing to fuck up like this, you can do that and get a new little mark on your guitar. I just put that one in it. But a razor blade, the tip of a razor blade, that's how I got all this stuff to come off. So, it ain't that old.
No, it looks great. It looks great. I haven't seen, you had just barely started the relicking when the last time I saw that. So it looks
Turdocast.
Turdicaster.
Yeah, it is. Let me go back.
It's got all the right turds on it too.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and this thing, I actually I played it live on Friday night. There's Mark's Turdocaster too. Look at that thing. Did you relic that one?
Well,
Yeah.
half
No?
of it was kind of relic because it was, came out of the
Just
body
already-
came out of a pawn shop in Houston called Gold Guns and Guitars.
Yep.
But I put the neck on it. But yeah, it was a bit beat up, but yeah, most of it is just kind of natural wear.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I put a lot more scratches, and she's dusty as shit, and I gotta give her a clean up because it's been sitting here
Yep.
getting shit dropped on it. But
Yeah, Ruby's not getting relicked very well right now. I need to get back a hold of her.
I know a
can't-
guy who can relic it for
You
you.
can't get relic it. Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually have played her a few times this week.
Yeah.
Just so you know, she's
Awesome.
getting
Okay,
some action,
good.
man.
Good. I'm glad she's getting some action because I sure ain't.
Yeah.
I Sorry, it was there. I had to do it. It was screaming at me. Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad
Well-
I'm glad you're keeping her warmed up and using those brand new strings that you put on it while I was there. And
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely keeping her moist.
oh yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten a little bit of, and the whammy bar on your guitar is really fucking nice.
Yeah.
The way that thing operates, man,
It is intuitive as for a whammy bar. It is about as
Yeah.
you can put it where you want it and you always know where it is. You always know how hard to push it. If you want something subtle,
Yeah.
it never changes. It just doesn't change. Yeah, I don't know what that. I know that he upgraded it before I bought that guitar, but I do not know what that whammy is. I don't know what.
yeah,
that
it's
setup is.
just because the guy modded that thing to high
Yeah, Dave
heaven.
Levine modded it. It's got
Yeah,
fancy pickups in it, and then that little switch that'll allow you to use all three pickups at the same time, and on and on and on. Warmoth neck, stainless frets. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is bullet locking tuners. It goes on and on and on and on. It's fantastic. It's probably one of the best guitars I've ever held in my hand.
it's a pretty nice one.
It's just heavy.
I will.
That's the only thing I
yeah.
have against that is she's heavy.
It's heavy. It is, dude. That's one of the heavier strats I've ever played.
Yeah.
And I have played that guitar live at a live show. The one that you were
yeah.
at, I used
Yeah, the
that
one I was
guitar.
at, you used
Played
that
it
guitar.
several.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sparky. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
getting
and
ready
this-
to go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was.
Oh,
gonna
I
say
was
this-
just going to make a joke about my acoustic.
Let's hear it.
I was taking a cue from this luthier that I know, and I'm going to take a power tool and drill a hole in my acoustic so I can put a strap button on the heel, because having a strap tied to the neck sucks ass when you're trying to play the fucking guitar. So I'm drilling a hole with a power tool in my acoustic
Heel
guitar
there.
to put a strap button on the heel.
That's where it goes.
Yeah.
That's where it goes, man. Yeah, and I had a lady bring an acoustic, and with the band, we don't play a lot of acoustic guitar at our shows, but upcoming we might do that a few times. So that'll be something kind of neat for us to reintroduce. Scott and I have done a ton of acoustic shows together, but outside of that, I had a lady bring a nylon string guitar in that she'd owned for years. Just needed a new set of strings, and she had a strap tied to the headstock. And I gave her my usual. I don't think that's a really great idea.
Mhm.
You don't have to move it, but every time you're standing there playing that guitar, you're probably bending it out of tune a little bit. And you might not hear it, but somebody might. If we put it on the heel of your guitar, it'll probably hold tune a little better. And she just went, "No, I don't want you to do that." Okay. So
Yep. If I like my little acoustic, and I don't think putting a strap button on the heel is going to seriously affect the tone or quality of the sound coming out of the front of the guitar.
yeah. Yeah.
So-
Right.
But
And it's
CG,
useless. It's uncomfortable to use now that I'm using it more. It's very, very, very uncomfortable to use that way.
BCG was talking about V builds.
Oh boy.
Wow, look at that one.
You built that guitar, right, Mark?
Yeah. With the old traditional headstock.
Yeah. Does that have a dual action truss rod?
Yep.
Nice.
That is the best one.
Nice. Chris Thompson, thank you.
That was stained with Indian ink.
Oh yeah?
Black
Yeah.
Indian ink.
Wow.
Black.
But when you first put it on, it actually comes out purple when you start
Oh, that's
rubbing it in.
wild.
And then
That's wild.
when you finish over the top of it, it goes to this blue. But yeah.
I
Interesting.
have issues. Oh my goodness.
Well, Chris,
You
that-
got
that's a-
another super chat from Chris, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. We all appreciate it, man. It's really cool. We just
That's my current rag right here.
let's see it. What is it?
It's
There
the
it is.
Gibsophone. Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was how we met.
Happy-
This is a carbon copy of the one that Marshall hates that he owns, except his is a real Gibson
Yeah.
and doesn't have a scarf joint in the neck.
No, mine's missing a scarf joint.
missing
that
a
Gibson
scarf
needs
joint.
To start.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I've been
Dude.
playing.
Yeah. Well, and it's probably a good idea that you're playing a different type of guitar at this point in your guitar
Mhm.
playing career, because man, when you get serious about it, God, the chat, you guys are fucking killing me. But when you get serious about it, sir,
Fucking perfect. Oh
Uh-huh.
my god. All right, I gotta recover. Woo.
Thank you, Charlie.
Charlie Coleman. Oh, that's the comment of the night right there.
Life
It's the
tips.
co-
Yep.
Charlie, nice. So, I'll pose a question again to anyone in the chat. We've kind of gone talking about other stuff, and it's fun and all, but with respect to watching a live band, I'm kind of, your opinion matters in this case, and I don't take anything personally, nor does Richard or Mark. It's just, but when you go watch live music, what's something a band would do? I mean, and let's forget the terrible vocalist and the too loud fucking guitar player and, the drummer that's playing a drum fill at every, all of that. What's something that a band has done? I mean, you could say that, I left because the singer was so terrible. I get it. I have too.
Mhm.
But what's something that's made you want to like leave a
Dude,
a place where a band's actually playing? I'm
I
curious.
back when I was running venues back in the 80s, I actually hosted Simply Red in the club in my VIP area and they've given us
Thank you.
tickets to come to the show at the end of a big weekend. Walked into the entertainment centre in WA and sit down, and I can't remember the album, but it was all that Holding Back the Tears and all that stuff. And you got this band on stage that's obviously got a freaking orchestra as well, but they're in the pit and they're kind of hidden. So it's a very kind of sterile setup, all focused on one person. And then it just sounded like listening to the CD.
Mm.
And I'm sitting there and there's these backing vocalists and sort of the 3 or 4 piece part of the band on stage with Red out the front, not doing much apart from standing there and singing into a microphone. And it's like 10 o'clock on a Monday night after doing like marathon 18-hour days for the weekend, because that was the way our club ran. It got to like halfway through the show. I'm falling asleep. I can't sit here and listen to this because it sounds like I just put my headphones on and I'm listening to it at home. And what I'm seeing out there is not fucking exciting at all. So it's not
Right.
doing anything for me. Why am I here?
Yeah.
The fact that I got the tickets for free probably made it a little easier for me to stand up and walk out of a big concert. But
Still.
I don't want to hear what's on stage sound like what's on a CD.
On a record. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Unless it's maybe a live recording of that. Yeah, but
For me, it was one of the most disappointing experiences. I'm a huge fan of Jeff Healey. Well, he's passed now, but
Yep.
he came to
Right.
town, played the Roseland. I fucking hate the Roseland, but
Oh yeah.
Jeff Healey was playing the Roseland. I'm gonna go see Jeff Healey at the Roseland. So I did. I went there, and Curtis Delgado actually opened up for him. I made that joke earlier, but Curtis,
Right.
and he came out, and it was great. Everything was fine. When Jeff Healey came out, the sound, they could have played the Coliseum Plus with the sound volume that they were running with him, and it was painful in that small venue to try and listen to that and enjoy the music because it just beat you. It was awful,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I ended up not staying for the whole concert.
Was that now? Tell me, because we've both been at that venue. But is it was it the Starry Night then, or was it the Roseland?
No, it was the Roseland.
Okay.
It was the
Okay.
Roseland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It was.
It's
the-
funny
it was
'cause
the Roseland. It was-
I've had so many gigs where it's been, and it probably explains some of my hearing, where
What?
it has been so loud and obnoxious and all the rest of it that I come out and my ears are ringing for 4 hours, maybe till the next morning. But have been amazing gigs that I didn't want to walk out on either.
Yeah.
But so there's something in the mix there that
Right. It wasn't quality sound. It was just loud sound.
which is not good. Yeah.
Which is not good, even though there was nothing wrong with Healy or his band.
Mhm.
that were on stage playing. They weren't screwing anything up.
It's
Whoever
two.
was running the sound.
Yeah. Yeah, and that place isn't big enough.
No.
Super
Because
small.
I know, like, I watched Greg Koch play at the Enterprise Theater, the OK Theater in Enterprise, Oregon, the middle of fucking
Mm.
nowhere. I also
Right.
saw what's his name? Anyway, I've seen a couple of very, very, very famous musicians play there, and Greg had 2 amps set up, and I talked to the sound engineer after the show or at break or whatever, and I was like, it sounds pretty good, but did you have any guitar? And he's like, the guitar was not in the PA.
Mm.
And all night the guitar was literally too fucking loud. Even, I mean, for me, and all I want to hear, I don't give a fuck what the bass player's doing or the fucking drummer or the fucking
Right, for
singer. I
you,
want to hear the guitar.
player, right?
But not like that. That's painful, like you said
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
a moment ago. So yeah, that's a big one. And so on that subject, and then this is an interesting statement right here, but,
Yeah.
which is something I can honestly say our band has never done. We've played longer because people wanted us to play, and we were out of songs, so we've had to replay songs. So that statement right there. But we use 0 guitar amplifiers on stage. We will never be that band that is got the too loud guitar player. And as much as I know men and guitar players and little boys love their big fucking guitar amps, you look like a fucking idiot with it on stage, and you shouldn't be using them anymore. They're just a thing of the past. And that's my
Well,
opinion.
And try and get
But-
the stereo fields that you
Yeah.
guys are getting
Yeah.
off stage
Oh yeah.
without
Yeah.
having to carry 3 amplifiers into the
Right.
gig.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. And then I
They
think this isn't even my usual guitar tone, you know? That's all you need. You don't need an amp on stage anymore. That is a thing of the past, and that's my opinion. But we don't use amps live on stage, which allows us to not be too loud. And it allows me to hear myself as loud as I want because my guitar amp is pointed away from the audience. So I can be, like I always like to be, is the loudest thing in the mix, because where I'm standing, I can hear Scott singing because he's standing right next to me.
Mm,
And I can hear myself singing because I can hear my voice in my head. And the bass player does use an amplifier, but the guitars, neither of us use guitar amps on stage, and it is so nice to mix like that. And
I love
I
Charlie.
understand the old school amp, and I say
Oh,
old
man, there's
school
nothing better
respectfully. I
than-
still own them. I
Yeah.
still have them. I have a full stack. You will
yeah,
never
about
see me
250
set foot
watts
size.
sitting in my studio there. It's
Yeah,
fun to plug in every so often, but
yeah,
where can you use it? Yeah, I love Charlie's comment.
right.
Saw a band last week that was so bad the whole handicap section got up and walked out.
He was at the Eagles. You were at the Eagles lodge, weren't you? Oh, Charlie,
Oh, that's awesome.
bass player. Who, me? Are you a bass player? Do you oh, I haven't gone to your channel yet. I'm doing this, but it looks like you have a bass in your hand, or maybe a 5 or 6 string bass in that photo. I didn't ask, and forgive me for failing to ask. Slash played through one 100-watt Marshall Super Lead and a 412. Yeah, it's a sport. Also, even though I'm warm. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
As an example
Yeah.
of just how that. Now you put that in a small
Uh,
venue and it becomes ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I own a JCM, a 50-watt JCM 800, and I owned a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. So yes, I know what they sound like, and I know what they feel like to play through, which many guitar players have never played through a JCM 800 or a dual rectifier. So I know what they sound like.
Mhm.
I've also played through a 120-watt Jazz Chorus amp, which a lot of guys have never played through. But I've used those in small venues, and at one, it was too loud for me. I mean, I didn't like hearing it that loud because I was so close to that amp that it just was obliterating my ears and I couldn't hear anything else. There was no way to mix that. And thus, you know, I still have a 50 watt JCM 800 with a 412 Marshall cabinet, slant top, 30 watt Celestions. And yes, I would love to play through that at gigs, but I won't disrespect my audience by doing that.
Mm.
This, when I'm at the club, that's all the audience would hear if I didn't have a powered PA system to plug into, and I'm very proud of that. But when I turn my volume up, they can hear that. And I can make it as loud or as quiet as I want it, and they would like it to be. So it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just check the link in there. Chris is a bass player, and hello, Preston.
Hey, Preston, good to see you, buddy.
Now,
Oh,
Iceman
yeah.
bass, Chris, is pretty. That's not very common anymore.
Yeah, find a bass player
No, Iceman bass.
playing an Iceman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you have an Iceman. I had a young lady bring an Iceman guitar into my shop recently, and man, I've wanted an Iceman for so long. That would be my.
I've got
That's
my. I have one that looks like an Iceman, but it's got skulls and shit painted all over it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a real one.
Preston, welcome, man.
I always. Do you ever remember walking past the guitar shops back in the? God, it would have been 70s, and there's Paul Stanley's Iceman with the shattered mirror finish on the top
Yep.
of it.
Yep.
Remember
Was
looking
it,
at that thing?
What was it? Who was it? Paul Stanley?
Yeah,
Did the
that was
mirror
his
shatter?
Iceman. Yeah.
Love the feedback. Yeah. 70. Oh God. 20 watt studio vintage. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm done using me personally, I'm done using amps. Number one, I haven't lived in a place. I haven't ever worked hard enough to own a house. I'm
Bullshit.
joking. I'm being totally sarcastic. I've lived in places where I have neighbors and I can't play through an amp. And if I do play through an amp, I have to DI it. I have to run it through a capture device, just because I can't be that loud. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, Robbie, I would love to play. And in fact, yeah, I'm not doing that right now, but let me see what I can do here. Oh yeah, I know I can do this. Yeah, I can do this real quick. We'll see if if it comes close. I can only hope, but yeah. So, and Robbie, I failed to ask you the question that I've asked a bunch of guys tonight, and that is your live music playing experience. I don't think I asked you. I know you love playing guitar and you love playing percussion and gongs and all of that stuff. Do you have you played in a band before, or is it something that you would like to do, or do you do it on a regular basis? I'm curious. I've known Robbie. Robbie and I, we've been friends on Facebook for a long time, or I'm sorry, on YouTube. So I'm just curious if you've played in a band before. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just setting up so that I can. Robbie said he plays a plexi, or has a plexi, And what I'm gonna do is model a plexi. See, it's 5 and 6. Yeah. I've got my my foot pedal here that I can demo a plexi that comes in this. So not to be too. Chris's page. Yeah, okay. Speaker, yeah. I'm gonna go back and check out some of the chat. Forgive me, I got a little distracted there. Yeah, 20-watt tube. I don't know if it's too loud. Yeah, dude, a 10-watt amp. I have a Dion base. Damn. You know,
My
Oh,
Fender's
that's
only
cool.
a 25 amp, and I can't even use it. It's too loud.
yeah.
Literally, it is too loud to use in this apartment. Even on low volume, it's terrible. Not sounding, but it's terribly loud.
Yeah. Well, and I have my little Hughes and Kettner that's switchable from 1 to 20 watts. It's got EL84 power amp tubes, and man, at 20 watts, man, a live 20 watts is a shitload of volume. So
I
Be
had it
careful.
on 1 when I was visiting, and I was playing through that very amp. I had it on 1, and it was plenty loud for me, and I'm half deaf. That's cute. I like that.
That is a one what
1
plugged
watt.
plugged into a 12-inch cabinet. That gets fucking loud.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Like I said, I had that amp on 1, and it was plenty loud for a deaf guy to play, just hanging, waiting, because Marshall was at work. I was just watching the cat.
Yeah, that little what was that thing?
I don't know what that was.
Oh, yeah, that was an amp Robin.
Yeah, it was Robin's
We built for
harmonica
Robin.
amp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
film projector thing? Or something?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
That's a good description
It
of it.
was. It was one that we took to Portland, and my brother-in-law built a cabinet for it,
Yep.
and
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
that-
badass little amp.
it's
It
only
is.
about 10 feet away from where I'm sitting right now. By the way, just so you know, it's still going. So 5150 BCG asked me a question. How'd the headstock turn out on that Gibson? Dude, I get you, and here it is right now, and I'm making it right. So there's the top of this thing. Let me get the light a little better. I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit in here. So I think I am. Maybe it's as bright as it'll get. It must be. Here we go. We'll do that. So there's the guitar. It's a beautiful instrument.
Boy, I love that finish.
Yeah. And the back's in pretty good shape. It's got some dings in it, but it's not too bad. You can see the buckle where it's been hit a couple times. But here's the headstock repair. And I had to do that for UPS, breaking this guitar when I shipped it with them. And their insurance company denied my insurance claim and told me that I didn't package the guitar properly. And I own an SG, and I've broken that headstock 5 times
Five
by
times.
myself because it got knocked out of a guitar stand. So believe me, I do know how fragile these are, and I do know how roughhoused, how violent UPS is with products. So I'm just saying this once again, that UPS broke this guitar in their possession, and they told me that I didn't package it properly. So, but the repair is really good. Even the front edge, which I'll clean this up. It has still has some glue on it. This will look a little better, but there'll still be a crack here, and it was there when the owner broke it. So
Yeah.
ultimately, because UPS broke it, what it forced me to have to do is to glue the headstock back together again where the crack was. And you can't break a Gibson headstock any cleaner than this one. It was perfectly 2 pieces of grain split, and I glued them back together again. It was literally that easy. So it was the easiest headstock repair I have ever had. So I guess what I can say is fuck you, UPS, but thank you for breaking it so perfectly. You fuck.
Amen.
But
Yeah.
Amen.
so I ended up having to, I had black paint over the original brake because there was a bunch of wood missing. And I have a big plug in here. So it just
Yeah.
looked terrible. There's no way to make it look like I couldn't finish it and make it look nice. So I had to color it. So I ended up having to sand all of the black paint that I originally put on this neck off of it and repaint it black. And then right now it's got some lacquer on it. I don't know how well that may not be looking real great. I don't know how the light might be
Not
shitty, but
super bright, but you can see that it's darker there.
yeah, I don't know if how I can. Yeah, and so right now it's got some lacquer. I've shot about 15 coats of lacquer on this, and I've blended it down into the neck, and the original lacquer is down here. I had this taped off, and so I'm waiting for the lacquer to cure so I can wet sand it and send it back home. And I'm not going to send it back home. I'm going to drive it back home because I can't trust UPS to ship it with them. And their insurance company will not fulfill the claims when they accept the product and they break it. And then they say it's my fault that they broke a product that I
Yeah.
gave them and insured.
Mm.
You know, I just have to make something good out of something bad. So, you know, again, the headstock's been broken, but it doesn't look any different than the repair that I originally did on it. I've just had to do twice
Do it
as much
again.
work.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to drive round trip 500 miles, 600 miles. So, and I'm going to do that on my own accord because I don't want this guy mad about it anymore. And I can't let UPS touch this guitar, obviously. So don't ship guitars with UPS, at least not with UPS.
Not a problem for me, but yeah.
But thank you for asking. It turned out really nice. And
Oh,
I
and
can't wait
what's
to
the-
play this thing.
What's the ventilation like in your kitchen there, Marshall?
Right now I've got a window cracked because the temperatures are really nice right now.
No, I was just Justin
for
was
shooting?
telling me you got the
Window wide open, and fan blowing out the
Yeah,
door, and
yeah.
there's no and I had I even went to the point of hanging some wet rags around just to kind of
catch the
help.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
And I did a couple coats and then hit it. I did like 2 or 3 coats and hit it with some 400 grit and just scuffed the surface. Hit it again, scuffed the surface. It looks perfect, man. It looks great. This is gonna look really nice when it's done. I've shot a lot of finish on guitars and this will look nice. So I'm not worried about that. So anyway, there I went on there's my UPS. Fuck you, UPS, you fuckers. There. That's all the politics we can have on my show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guitar turned out nicely. I think he's going to love it. And he'll get to play it again after, that'll be 2 years since he broke it originally. Let's see. And I've missed a lot of chat, I think. So
I don't know how to turn these addresses into links.
I did. And go ahead.
I was just asking, who were you looking for? You proved me wrong. It's just saying, doesn't know how to turn these addresses into links. But yeah.
Yep.
If you mention
My
somebody,
lunchbox.
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah. Lunchbox. Yeah. I'm running the Lunchbox amp. And I've used this live for live. And Robbie, forgive me. I asked you a question earlier, and I hope that I didn't miss it. But I had asked you if you had played in bands. Now, forgive me for not. And then I answered another question and went on a rant. Looks like Preston's got an amp coming out. Or got a gig coming up. I'm looking for let me see.
That's charming.
Oh, you're wanting to play. Did you post a
Oh, Lady Campion. Okay.
is Lady Campion here?
Is Lady in the house?
Oh my goodness.
I
Forgive
would
me,
be.
I'm
Yeah.
going back.
Right.
I'm going back to make sure that I didn't miss any chat, and we'll just I'll just stop. And Robbie, I know I asked you earlier, but I would love to know. It's back there. Okay. Did you play?
Yeah.
live?
I
Yes.
just found it.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
I
did you
just
say?
found it. It says, a lot of gigs when I was young, had several bands when I was younger, but honestly did better on his own.
Mm. Nice. Yep. Lady Campion, I didn't see you come in. I didn't see anything.
I haven't seen Lady.
I
Lady
haven't seen Lady
Campion
Campion in.
He's not in the chat, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you type Lady Campion into YouTube, you'll find her immediately. It's
Yeah.
like the first thing you'll see.
She just released. She's
She's
released some original
absolutely
music.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, lovely lady too.
Yeah.
She has amazing vocal talent.
Unleash the monster. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And what I would like to do, with regard to that guitar is when I get it put back together again, I'd like to do a live stream, just play it and bitch about UPS. But
Kind of like you did with that acoustic that people.
Like you never
Yeah.
done that before, yeah.
No.
Yeah. How long did you play that acoustic straight? 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Oh,
the haters
yeah.
that said that'll never play.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, I love that. It was one of my favorite videos for you folks out there that like to be haters, if you're out there.
Was that the one that you put back together from
The
like
splinter
300
guitar that he
pieces?
put
Yeah,
back
yeah,
together, and he
yeah.
got a comment on one of his videos that would never play. It's nice that you can glue that back together, but it'll never play. So after it was back together, Marshall then proceeded to do a live stream of himself playing that guitar, quite lively, in quite a lively manner. And you know what? It played.
It plays.
And in
Yeah.
no danger of falling to pieces.
Yeah. No, it's safe.
It's amazing what you can stick back together.
Yeah. Where's this? All teeth on the back like thing. Yeah. And playing with your teeth. Yeah. Well, and they're in the whole playing with your teeth and playing behind your back. Those are two things I have rarely ever done as a guitarist.
Why do you want to do that to your teeth?
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Well, I see
Yeah,
my teeth aren't even really what bothers me so much as the mustn't touch. Because if you get, if you got caught in a winding, that's gonna be a bad day. So I've never tried it for that very reason, because I have always had hair on my lips since I
It's
had
bad
teeth
enough
in
with a
fuss.
beer can, man.
Yeah. Oh, that would hurt. Yeah. If you got good sized nose hairs, you could get a nose hair stuck in there and really get a surprise.
Mm,
Right?
that might bring even more tears. Oh yeah, yeah. The playing behind the head thing makes my brain turn weird directions. But
Just
Emperism does it all the time in stream. He does the same thing. Just keeps right, same lick. Just keeps right on going. And then he brings it over. I don't understand. How does it relate? See, I can't even do my hands
Your hands
right.
are still in the same position, man. So it's having the flexibility to actually get your arms up
Right.
to start off.
Oh,
with.
is that what it
That's
is?
that's
When you
yeah,
have
yeah.
T-Rex
I wonder-
arms, it's more difficult.
It's just flexibility in the shoulders, man, to actually get it back there.
Yeah.
You gotta get it. I wonder. I haven't tried doing that. Playing over
You
my
gotta-
shoulder.
You gotta
I can get the
drama.
guitar back there.
Anywhere, dude. listen, it's not.
I
It's
probably
not,
have to practice that a little bit.
it
But-
just
touch.
Justin was asking, is that guitar that you put back together? Was that the one that you used on that Watch Over You, the Alter Bridge track that we
Are
did?
you talking about? I was wondering about the what Richard was talking about. That was I wasn't sure, dude. I fixed so many goddamn guitars, man.
Yeah, there's a couple that have been like smashed into beyond all recognition.
I want to
Yeah.
say it was. I want to say it. You did a Gibson, but there was a later one that came after the. It was like a '63 Gibson was the original one I saw you put back from Splinters,
Yeah.
and then there was one that was newer, but I don't remember what kind of guitar it was. But it was also badly broken.
Yeah, I had the neck off.
And
Yeah,
It might
Yeah,
have been the. Well, let me
sort
go
of
here.
maintenance or something.
it was a
One second.
fantastic repair. And then you played the guitar and you
Oh.
played the shit out of it for
Or a mark.
20 minutes or 30 minutes. It was fantastic.
When I did the repair on that, let me pull up a video, I think with that guitar in it. Let me see if we can find this. And this is had nothing to do with live music, because this is a recording. However, what I'm proud of to be able to say is that this recording is actually a one take, so I am actually playing it live. Yeah.
If you're gonna put it that way, that's most. Of
So
my
I
stuff.
think this is the guitar that you're talking about. Let me bring this up.
Yep, I can tell you already it is.
That's it.
Yep.
So
That's the one.
this is so check this out. So just kind of going a direction I wasn't
Yeah,
really
that's the
counting on,
one.
but
Okay, yeah.
I can I'm gonna push
Live is
play
live.
and we can. This is this guitar like that you're seeing in the video here was really badly broken. The neck was broken off of it, and the neck was also split right in this area. So the neck was broken in half, and it was off of the guitar. And it's a Takamine, like a 1971 Takamine.
That's right. Yeah.
And there was a little damage to the top of the guitar where it got cracked from the impact that it had. And unfortunately, what happened was the guy that owns this guitar, he and his wife were sitting in his living room and he was playing a little guitar and he set his guitar down and she got up to go pour each of them another iced tea. And we'll just leave it at that. And the guitar got
Bumped.
unfortunately got bumped.
You're gonna get to see my air conditioner.
But this guitar was in pieces, like
Oh my
I don't
God.
know, a couple days before this. I didn't do much in the way of finish repair. But this is a live take of this entire song on this guitar also.
And a live take of the vocals as well. Yeah.
Leaves are on the ground. Fall has come.
Pretty cool song. I love this song.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite Alter Bridge
Skies
songs.
turning gray. Like my love,
Fuck you, Charlie.
I tried to carry you and make you whole, but it was never enough. I must go.
And this song, this recording is mixed by Jampro Sound. This mix is Jampro. He didn't have a whole lot to work with, but
When I'm gone,
that's his mix.
It's the kind of talent I get to hang out with.
watch over.
Yeah,
What
right.
a fucking line.
Right. Jeez. Bummer.
When I'm gone,
Justin needs to break a guitar. It's way over time. Cyber Scary, hello.
you say you care for me,
Welcome.
but hide it well.
Right on. I'm gonna turn this down.
How can you
Just make it a little background music.
Yeah, this is fantastic. This repair amazed me.
Yeah.
As much as that early Gibson did too. I mean, this neck was so broken, and there was so like, if I would have looked at it, it would have been like, no, that's garbage. That's firewood now.
Yeah. Well, and one of the really fun things about having repaired that guitar that I'm using on this recording, I sent this recording and the repair video to the guy that owns the guitar, who's been a customer and a client of mine for a long time. And he bought that guitar brand spanking new. So,
Oh wow.
you know, the sentimental value.
Yeah.
But I get to see him once in a while still. He comes into the shop and needs a new set of strings or whatever. And it's fun to get to hear him, you know, me and my wife were playing some songs the other night, and that guitar sounds good, you know, it's just, it's so nice to have that.
Yeah.
And he has never played in a band or done anything like that. Shush. I'll shut up. You want to hear this?
Nah, it's good. This is put it in the background's working too. Great song.
Who's gonna save you when I'm gone? And who watch over you? I'll give you strength when you're not strong. Snow is on the ground. Winter's come.
Play Diddy.
You long to hear my voice, but I'm long gone.
All right, so check this out. Here it is.
Yeah.
This is what the guitar looked like just a few days before that video was shot, where that song was recorded. Just so you're, this isn't what this all, but it's kind of cool. There it is. Right? And I recorded this like right before I recorded that's the guitar back in one piece. Just making shit up. So
It kind
Pretty-
of looks like it more than
pretty fun.
just fell over. It's like it fell over and somebody fell on it.
she actually, it was, I think it was leaning up against the wall with the headstock,
Yeah.
the fingerboard facing the wall, and she fell on it that way. And
Yeah,
just
that makes sense.
perfect,
Yeah.
But
Snap.
what an amazing repair.
yeah.
What an
That
amazing
was-
repair.
It was pretty neat to get to do that, and it's definitely challenging. So that was a fun one, and I appreciate all that. It's pretty cool to get to do that. And I haven't seen the guitar for a couple years, but each time I see the owner of the guitar,
He's
play
not saying
Diddy,
it's broken again. Yeah.
yeah, I like, hey, next time you come down, can you bring that with you, please? That is a really, really nice guitar. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Takamine, Charlie, and it's a 1971 made in Japan. Takamine.
I owned a
Yeah, I know,
Takamine.
and it's a lawsuit one. It's
It
worth a pretty
was,
good chunk.
I can't remember what year it was, but I want to say it was around 89. And it was really nice, beautiful sounding guitar, but it was a full big body. I don't know what they call the difference in the bodies, but it was the biggest one they make.
Yeah.
And it just I could never settle into it and feel comfortable because I'm short.
Yeah.
And I just
Big
never
dreadnought.
felt comfortable with it in my hands. So I ended up trading it off for a different one, but that was a amazing guitar.
Sound like a big dreadnought or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, it was a dreadnought of some kind. It was big.
Yeah.
Well,
it,
they
it was like I said at the time it was the largest one that talking, but I wanted that big,
Yeah.
deep
Mm.
sound.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's what I wanted. Just didn't
Yeah.
realize that T-Rex arms weren't going to be able to reach everything.
And this is interesting. Oh no, okay. I'm just looking at the picture. I'm like, tell me that picture isn't mirrored.
Justin.
Please do. And the song had a really odd. It's just open G. It's D G D G B D.
Is that
It's an
what
open G major chord.
the Alter Bridge track?
The alto bridge cut.
Yeah, yeah.
What is? I don't
They've got a full crew of comedians here
Right.
tonight. Just a full crew of them. I
Our
love
friend
it.
Justin has a really interesting sense of humor. Yeah. So
Many-
We appreciate
of many
all of the
taco-
senses of humors.
I ate. I had for the first time in a long time today. I went and got Taco Time. Tacos.
Wow.
I got Taco Time for lunch. Do they have Taco Time in Australia?
not that I know of. I think we
Not
got
Taco
Taco Bell's is like one of the international ones.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Do you guys have Guzmani Gomez?
Nope.
What is it?
Guzmani Gomez? It's a
Not in Oregon.
Mexican. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see much in the way of chains in Mexican stuff,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Taco Bell, and even that, we've only got like a few of them. We got heaps of Mexican restaurants,
Yeah.
but they're all
The
Run
fast
by
food
Mex-
version of Mexican is not. Yeah.
no. Well, the restaurants down here that are Mexican are not fast food restaurants. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, they're Mexican families that have set up a
Mhm.
restaurant.
That are
and-
set up
yeah,
restaurants and are
yeah,
feeding you authentic Mexican food.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
sort of
Justin
blessed.
brought up.
I'm blessed in the fact that I kind of live in the coffee and food center of the world, really.
You got the Sumatra coming out your ears.
Oh, man,
You
Any
don't live
coffee
that
you
far from
want.
Sumatra.
no, it's just up that way a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, any international kind of cuisine you want is within 5 minutes of me in any direction here. It's kind of crazy. But we're also known as the big coffee friggin'
Yeah.
cafe society. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, Justin brought up fucking tacos, so we had to talk about that for.
Yeah, okay.
But I tell you what, I bought enough Taco Time today, and it's fast food taco, but it's not Taco Bell.
Mm.
And when I go there and order, I always order the same exact thing, and it's a meat burrito with a whole wheat tortilla. So it's just meat and a little bit of cheddar cheese on the top of it, and then taco sauce. It's just a bomb. Taco Time, you can fight me, but I think Taco Time has some of the best taco sauce ever.
You never probably got to partake of them probably, but I miss empanadas. They're dessert.
Ensenada?
Oh,
Empanada.
empanadas. They're a dessert,
Oh.
little dessert pie, but they're long. They looked like a churro, but they were a actual fruit-filled pie. And they
No.
were so bad for you and so good. And that was only at Taco Time. But they stopped doing those years ago. Many moons ago. With their they stopped doing platters too, because I used to eat their platters all the time.
Platters.
Yeah, you literally got your food served to you on a plastic platter with a little dome cover on it. They were one of the first fast food chains to offer anything like that, and
This
it didn't
shit-
last. But
Yeah.
Well, that's what I loved about takeout barbecue. Like, every time I visited US and in Texas, down in Houston, we
Yeah.
go and get takeout Texas barbecue, and it's like a tray with like brown paper on it, yeah, whatever meats and stuff you got, and a big thick chunk of white bread. It's like,
Figure it out.
yeah.
Barbecue stuff. We have a guy in town. He's one of the I don't know. Okay. He's one of like 4 black people that live in town here. Just to be, we have a very, very uncultured community here. Having grown up in Portland, Oregon, where it was 50% black, 50% Taiwan, 50% Vietnamese, 50% Australian, 50%
He's
white,
not kidding.
50%
We both grew up in the
Mexican,
same place.
50% nonetheless. But this guy Bubba here has a barbecue cart. He's got this little business that he opened up here now. And he used to manage like the Ace Hardware here. He was so fucking cool. He also worked for the football team up at EOU. Bubba was just a badass. But dude, his barbecue, holy crap. Oh, when I get the opportunity to go over and have his stuff, man, it's amazing. So here's a question.
Rest well, Sparky.
Yeah, take care, man.
Thank you, man. Let's see. There's a question for you, Richard.
Oh, okay. I see that. Yes.
Cut mobile.
Let's see.
I think Justin might have played. with
No,
that.
I have not used that. And it's one I want to look into. I'm also looking at
Yeah, I know Justin uses CapCut, but I'm not sure whether he ever uses it on a phone.
yeah. I have tried and not successfully yet, but I have tried to use the OBS Studio Control that they have an app for that, but I haven't been able to get it to connect yet, but I haven't spent a lot of time with it yet, so I'm not
Set it up as
CapCut.
its stream.
Yeah, like a Stream Deck, yeah.
Yeah, do it on your tablet, man, not on your phone.
Well, my tablet's an iPad, and that gets even more complicated.
Oh shit. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm trying to forgive me, you guys. I just kind of was getting distracted with the whole idea of putting our. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, I had a caption down there. So everybody can see everybody's name.
Mhm.
Very user friendly and very.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know what does CapCut do.
Video editing and stuff.
Yeah, it's just a video, but you can do it on a mobile device, which is,
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of programs to do it. This kind of looks like it simplifies the process.
Mm.
So if you,
I think a lot of it takes a lot of processing into the cloud. So it's not actually processing on your phone.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I haven't done much of that. Although that might come in handy. I've got an A14, so I'm like 28 years behind you guys with the S23.
That's
But I run
okay.
a Motorola, so yeah.
45 years behind you. I don't know how many. It's a long way, but I don't know. This thing probably has CapCut, and I just don't even know it. But most
you
of the
gotta
time when I
install
shoot video of the band playing live, I just use this because I can put this up. It's got a pretty nice camera that I can set up, and I can record the entire performance. Whereas this piece of shit over here, and I feel stupid for ever buying that camera right there. And I know you probably can't see it, but yeah,
there it is. Yep.
That thing
made
you
the
can
same
only
mistake.
record 29 minutes and 59 seconds of video with it, and
Yeah.
it shuts off. Even though you have 800 gigabytes of storage to put shit on,
It's
the
mind blowing.
tax-
Thanks,
it's a
Canon. You
tax
suck.
on those cameras. It's
Mm.
it's tragic.
My $800
is a-
camera is completely fucking useless. We have the same
Yeah.
camera. Yours is just a year or two newer than mine, but
Yeah,
they're
you have a
the same
T7.
camera. Yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
just confirmed it does the processing locally. So yeah, they're really light though, because like, what's the other one we use all the time? Filmora.
Filmora.
Yeah, for
That's a
video
great.
editing. It does everything I want it to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
it's
I even stuck with
simple.
Filmora 10, I think, so I actually own the program. I don't have to subscribe to it. That they made
I
everybody. I don't
I
know.
think they
eventually,
unmade that happen now.
yeah,
That
you
was a
can,
boo boo.
but you
Yeah.
can still you can pay to
There's a
upgrade.
subscription service. Yes,
No,
they
well,
still have
I've
that, but you can.
upgraded
Yeah,
to the latest, but
yeah,
you know I don't have to keep upgrading. I
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I got to pay to do the upgrade, but from there I don't have to keep on upgrading. It's not
Yeah.
not quite
I
the same
haven't.
sub model. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they've done to change the model, but I know that I purchased it and I owned
Yeah,
it, and then the
yeah,
next thing I
same.
know, they sent an upgrade out, and then you have to pay
And then you
to.
go on like subscriptions, and yeah, what the
No.
fuck? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
No,
did
what?
lose some stuff. I could like do what do they call when you can do animation? What do they call those? Key frame keys or something like that.
Keyframes.
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 Yeah, keyframes.
Yeah. Now they, you know, 'cause in order to just own it, I had to lose the keyframe update. So
Mm.
fuck them. I just do. I don't need them. But and I'd
No,
love to leave that. But almost everything anymore.
you're
We're
gonna have
not
to.
far from
Yeah,
having to have.
yeah. Not
You
gonna
don't
own
own
anything.
anything. You won't
Yeah.
even own your car, and it ain't that far away. So
No.
don't doubt it.
No.
And there are already guitars being made that you have to subscribe to use the functionality of the guitars. You can plug them into an amp,
Oh yeah, those
but
multi-function freaking things.
yep, they are coming along. So I guess the world is becoming so you know, you can't own anything anymore, and you know, almost every home in the world is owned. So you know, if you want to buy a house, you can't even do that. And then if you do buy a house, you're paying for it for the rest of your life. If you're even over 30, you'll be paying for it for the rest of your life, and you'll never own it. So
Yep.
it's really a bummer. The good thing is that you don't have to subscribe to go watch live music.
100%.
You absolutely don't have to go subscribe. You may have to pay a cover, but that's going to help pay that band that's playing for you, which is the whole.
Some Fridays and
Yeah.
Saturday nights, I don't even have to walk out the front door. I can hear it from down the road.
Right, you
Yeah,
get to hear them. Yep, that's cool.
I've
And you
actually got
know,
a couple of really good live venues close. Yeah.
the venue that we played at last night, they had this huge door that opened up. So when they said you guys can get loud, it was Friday night when we played. You guys, we're not afraid of you guys getting loud, man. We've got to really push our PA system up. And the lady that was telling us, she's like, you guys can turn up. And I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, go ahead. You know, we're not afraid of getting loud. So we kept turning it up. And man, if I was sitting out in front of us, it might have been I might have been going, wait a minute, guys, you know. But
Yeah, but in the right venue, the people that want it loud just go up front, and
yeah,
people.
exactly. But they had these two doors that were wide open, so as loud as we were, they heard us everywhere in downtown Walla Walla.
Mm.
That we were definitely audible for
Down the street,
blocks, man.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. Yep. Yep.
Plywood bodies. This thing. It's funny you should say that. I don't know if you can see it there.
Plywood body.
Yeah, that's like what
Yep.
80s or maybe late 70s 3-ply. Japanese.
Yeah.
Kind of takes the tone wood argument out of the picture a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear. You know, it's cool to see that Robbie's still fixing some guitars and bringing them back to life.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Yep. 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 That's
Yeah,
a
the
good thing.
Enya. Yeah. Basically, Jules, you're saying it's that Enya guitar. 'Cause it's got the app and it's got all the friggin' modular simulation shit and yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You found
Yeah.
that's it.
I buy my guitar and I got to pay a lot. No. Who
Yeah.
thought that one up?
It's
Yeah.
interesting. You guys, I think I'd like to head out right now and just
cool, man.
end the stream. And
Yeah.
you know,
I was about to say it's getting a little late. I think it's time to go to bed. So I'm right with you on that. It's been a great stream. Thank you for inviting me on.
thank you for joining me, and thanks for sharing your thoughts. And Mark, thanks
Yeah.
for sharing your thoughts. I
Lots of
appreciate
fun, man.
you guys joining me, and we'll do this again. This was you know, ultimately just we wanted to talk a little bit about live music, and I wanted to hear what folks thought about it, because being in a band, it helps me to know,
Mhm.
and I learned a lot.
So if you're
tonight.
watching the replay, comment.
Yeah, make comments.
read 'em.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if
Continue
you
the
like what you
discussion.
saw tonight, feel free to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you know, please do. And also subscribe to the Falcro and to Mark Tanner. We've all done stuff together, and we've been friends for a long time. And just these guys are full of great information. So there you go. Camellia, thanks for being here. By the way, Camellia, I worked on a really beautiful classical guitar this week for a young lady who I have never seen your face, but she played guitar in a very similar fashion of your songs that I've heard. So I just wanted to say you would, and I almost did a live stream of it and like tagged you in it, but I didn't. I had to get it done, but you would have been proud of that one. It was really cool. Thanks, Jampro, Charlie, 5150, Robbie, everybody, Preston.
Man, there's so many people in chat tonight. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was really
Thanks
nice
y'all
to
for
see
being
everybody
here.
here.
Sparky and 5150.
Sparky.
What you said? Yeah.
Yeah.
there's-
Snooks was earlier.
Oh yeah, Snooks was in here. Yep.
Yeah. Jam and Mr. Rock.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Billy was in here.
And Jampro, thanks for all your input and your commentary and your fucking humor, man.
Yeah.
It's cracking me up. So you guys, everybody have a really great night. And I
right.
think I'm going to end this thing. And
Have a good one, y'all.
thanks.